Welcome to the fifth week in our Lenten journey as we're moving to the cross of Jesus and the joy of Easter Sunday. What a gift that we've had the Lord's Prayer to be our guide for this season. And we arrive now at the lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, which is a pretty astounding prayer that Jesus has put into our mouth. We've walked through all of the other gifts, particularly Lord's Prayer images of bread. And now we turn to this journey after we've pondered the reality of forgiving one another and being forgiven even in our own soul. I'm standing by the labyrinth today because it is a great intro into this petition. In the labyrinth, historically, you move slowly through the process of the labyrinth to the center, giving you a chance to reflect on the brokenness of your life. But then when you start to move out of the labyrinth, you're drawn deeply into the freedom and the liberation of God who is with you. It is that essential understanding of leading us to our best selves is what this prayer is really about, as Neil Douglas Klotz teaches us in his image of prayers of the cosmos. That it's less about the restriction and more about what is holding you back in your journey of faith as you care for yourself and as you care for your neighbor and work for justice and peace in the world. That's the essence. It's like a country road, which I've learned from my wife, Kathy. You don't want to go in one ditch and you don't want to go in the other. Far too often when we think about being led into temptation or delivering us from evil, we just think it's about not doing something. But the reality of this prayer is about what is holding you back from the true life that God has for you, from the freedom. So we don't want to overcorrect and go into the other ditch, but the reality is, how is God calling you to your best self in the world? How is God calling you to really and truly care for your neighbor and work for change in this world that God has given us to steward? So the prayer practice that I have for you this week is perhaps to stop at the labyrinth when it's set up here at church and journey in. There are some helps for you there, but you can do a labyrinth walk right now, today, somewhere in your own apartment building, in your home or your neighborhood. All you have to do is just mindfully walk and think first about what are the things that I need to tend to in my journey of faith, but really deeply, what are the things that are holding me back from the true self that God has called me to and the way I'm caring for my neighbors and my family and friends. And there's something about movement, about walking, that opens that up. So blessings in this last week, and enjoy a chance maybe for a labyrinth walk at home, or when you come to church, a labyrinth walk as you deepen your faith.